What is up, everybody? It is TEs here, and I'm bringing you guys another gold farming video. Now, I know this farm has been shown in countless other videos, but I felt the need to make a video on it due to it being one of my favorite and most lucrative gold farms. This gold farm is the Bastion of Twilight First Room Trash Farm. In this farm, we are doing exactly what it sounds like, going into the Bastion of Twilight and slaying all the trash in the first room. Upon finishing, you leave, reset your instance, and re-enter. You can do this up to 10 times an hour, and it only takes 10 to 20 minutes depending on your class and your speed. Now, if you didn't know, the Bastion of Twilight is located in the Twilight Highlands at the top of this giant obsidian sphere. You really cannot miss it. For the sake of this video, I'm going to explain my first run through and speed up the rest just to show how quick this gold farm can really be. So as you all can see now, we have entered the instance. We're about to start pulling the mobs. Now basically, I would recommend just pulling them all at once. It tends to be really effective, especially if you have a lot of AoEs. But these guys I'm pointing out now on the side of the screen, these guys can silence you, and they silence you a lot, so they can be kind of a pain. Sometimes it'll be like 4 to 5 silences in a row, and then you also have a chance of being put to sleep for 8 seconds, I believe it is. So that is kind of one of the pains about pulling the whole room. If you don't have a lot of AoEs, I would recommend maybe killing either the middle first or killing off those sides on their own, or just pulling a few of them. Just kind of figure out what works for you and do it. I would say this is probably best on Beast Mastery Hunter or maybe Balanced Druid. Just kind of depends, but really not a lot of classes will struggle with this as it is Cataclysm content. Now, as you can see here, I'm just grouping up all the rooms. There's also a disarm I forgot to mention. So altogether, there's a disarm, a sleep, a silence, and actually I think that's it. And Stampede. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. That is why Beast Mastery Hunter is so good. And then also, it's notable to point out that these guys, the casters on the side, they heal. It used to be a problem, but it's really not a problem anymore now that our item level is so high. So that's really all I can tell you. Use any speed potions, potions of swiftness, any speed effects you have to get in and out of the instance as quick as you can, because this hallway is a bit long. And then all the way on the other side of the instance, there's like 4 mobs that walk down and back on this hallway. I personally don't kill them just because half the time they're there for me, half the time they're down at the other end of the hallway. And I just don't see it as worth it. But go ahead and use your own judgment there. I mean, altogether, that's an extra 40 mobs. So just kind of use your judgment. Now, we're going to go ahead and speed the video up here just so you guys can see the farm in a little bit more action. I'll meet up with you guys at the end of the speed up. Now, as you can all see now, we are finished with the farm. We ran it 10 times, took a total of 14 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, if you try and get it done really fast, maybe if you even take some swiftness potions, this could probably only take like 10 minutes. I was just kind of casually farming it, going a little bit quicker than normal, I would say. And a few times the silences did really slow me down. So I could see this taking 10 to 20 minutes, just depending on how fast or how slow you go. And 20 is really kind of giving a lot of extra room. I really don't see it taking that long, but maybe it would. Maybe if your item level is still really low. Just maybe if there's some outside variables. Now, we're going to go ahead and go back to the auction house and figure out our profits. For our loot totals for the farm, we ended up with 2 epic gear drops, 1 rare gear drop, 18 uncommon gear drops, and 916 ember silk cloth. Now, as you can all see, we went ahead and disenchanted the gear drops and turned all the ember silk we had farmed up into ember silk bolts. And I would also recommend disenchanting everything over selling them on the transmog market. Because of this farm being ran by a lot of people, the transmogs really aren't worth too much, but everything else is. Another reason for disenchanting is we plan on using the hypnotic dust from the uncommon gear disenchants along with the bolts of Embersilk to make Embersilk bags, which sell for about a 350 gold realm average. It just kind of depends on your server. I would also like to note that I brought over 2 extra hypnotic dust from previous runs on this gold that I had stored up because I had 28 and you need 15 for one bag. So I'm going to go ahead and deduct 30 gold, which would be the cost of 2 on my auction house, just to kind of balance that out. But you're going to have a little bit extra on some of these farms, a little bit less. So you're always going to have a little bit stockpiled, or at least I would recommend stockpiling it. That way you can make an extra bag or 2 on your next run. On top of stockpiling, I would recommend stockpiling some Embersilk because it seems to sell easier when you sell it in stacks of 200, and you won't always get 200 on this farm. I typically get around 180 to 190, so I'm just below the 200 bolts. And I just noticed it sell easier when it's in stacks of 200, so I would highly recommend doing that. But really, it's up to you. Now for the total gold. I'm going to go ahead and give for each individual item along with the raw gold and along with the trash. But I'm also using the overall realm average totals. I'm not actually using what they sell on my server. A lot of these on my server actually sell for less than they're listed on average, but a few sell for more, so I figured that's just the most balanced way for everyone. That way you kind of get a rough idea of what you're going to be making, not just what I made. So for raw gold, we made 198 gold, 48 silver, and 46 copper. For trash, we made 122 gold, 71 silver, and 9 copper. For the Maelstrom crystals, we made 54 gold, 6 silver, and 38 copper. For the Heavenly Shard, we made 35 gold, 90 silver, and 69 copper. For the Greater Celestial Essence, we made 22 gold, 83 silver, and 84 copper. For the Lesser Celestial Essence, we made 3 gold, 77 silver, and 88 copper. For the Embersilk bags, we made 588 gold, 99 silver, and 70 copper. For the bolts of Embersilk, we made 1,438 gold, 84 silver, and 26 copper. Altogether, this gives us a net profit of 2,465 gold, 59 silver, and 30 copper. And for 14 minutes of work, that is well worth it. This is one of the most consistent gold farms I've ever ran into. It's very quick, it's very easy, and I would highly recommend running it if you've got some spare time or just fit it into your daily schedule as best as you can. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It really helps me know that you guys like what I'm doing. Also, don't forget to comment if you've got any suggestions and all that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check me out in the next video. Peace!